Hey everybody, it's Molly back with you. Molly STONE-BIBB, Executive Leader with Avon Products. Good to be back on YouTube with you. I haven't been doing a whole lot here on YouTube. I've been slacking, but I've been doing a whole lot in our Onward group for the live streaming there that they have on Facebook, which has been very beneficial with helping people like when the problems come up right then or addressing things that need to be addressed. If you're not familiar with the Onward group, it is a group that I have on Facebook that is strictly for Avon representatives all over the globe. Doesn't matter if you're US or if you're Australia or you're the United Kingdom or wherever you're at. You're always welcome to share ideas, and I share all my files on there and what we do. Kind of my journey through life and through this whole owning your own business thing, which is not as easy as some people think that it is. If you've followed me since the beginning of this whole YouTube thing here and giving you guys some helpful hints and things like that, then what we're going to do today is something a little bit different. You know, when I first started this YouTube journey, the first thing that I did was talked about how to get Avon customers and some things I did throughout my journey, but my journey wasn't that long when I did that one originally. I had only been in Avon probably 5 or 6 years when I first started that. So a lot of the things that we're going to revisit today are going to be similar. Some of them are going to be exactly the same. And some of them are going to be some added additions. Some things that Avon has given us that has really helped us build our business and being able to use things like social media. So I'm gonna kind of go like I always do by the seat of my pants. So if you have your coffee or hot tea or whatever, have your notepad out, and remember that if you want to join the Onward group, be sure that when you do, that you have something on your Facebook page that says that you're an Avon representative. You can try to PM me and give me your e-store address. I don't check that all the time because I get so many of them and we're so busy. But the best thing is to have something on your Facebook page, because how else are people going to know that you are an Avon representative? So let's get started. We're gonna kind of start at the beginning. You're gonna say, "Oh, I've heard Molly talk about this before." Probably very true that you have heard me talk about it before. But what we're gonna do is revisit some of these things, because sometimes we say, well, maybe I'm slacking a little bit. Maybe I used to do more of that and I'm not doing so much of that because of this or that, and maybe I need to do it again. So hopefully it's going to help you. I know it's helped me for many years. You know, the first year I started Avon, which is almost 13 years ago, I made PC in that first year, which was absolutely great. And then just about every year after that, I made Rose Circle, which at the time was $38,000 in sales. Now it's $35,000 in sales. For the last few years, I've been Honor Society, which is $20,000 or more in sales. It's been great. I've kind of shot a new goal for myself for 2017. So I'm not sure when you're watching this. It could be a few years later. It could be the couple of months after I've done it, or maybe you watch it right away. But I'm giving myself my own goal to get out there and try to, actually not try, to get out there and make Rose Circle happen again. I am a firm believer that you can be a top leader in this company and you can be a top sales performer too. Doesn't mean you have to sell $200,000 worth of Avon, $200,000 worth of Avon in a year. You can if you want to. I choose not to do that. That's a lot of work. I'm not going to lie, and it's definitely more work than I can honestly say I'm willing to put in right now. But you know, in the beginning, I can remember some things that, you know, I did, because in the beginning, you know, I didn't have a lot of time. When I started this business out, I had 2 jobs. Had just freshly was coming out of a divorce and was raising my kids. And boy, you talk about not having enough money, but you still know that you need to make the money. And I really wanted this to work. I really liked Avon. I love the products. I can remember as a kid getting the products from my mom, and it was It was always a welcome smile when she put the lip gloss, or I don't know if you remember, like the little hamburger thing they used to have. They used to have this lip gloss that when you unwound the top, it was like the bun came off of the hamburger, and there were like two different types of lip gloss in there. I can remember that was the coolest thing, and that was Avon. Little did I know that all these years later that, you know, I would be somebody who, this is my paycheck, which is kind of cool. So the first thing we're going to talk about that absolutely is the most important thing is the brochure, because this is your store. This and your e-store is your store. And the one thing that hasn't changed in 13 years is that sharing this brochure brings in the customers. Sharing this brochure and follow up. So you're going to notice that this time around, you know, I have and you're going to want to check it out, great information on it. I have How to Get Customers 101. And go watch that, because the information's great, and some of it's going to be the same that you hear right now. But there are other things that I feel like most people, maybe in the beginning, I thought you would just know to do. But for one is, if you're giving out a brochure that has your information on it, you're going to want to get their information, because how else are you going to check back with them? How else are you going to follow up with somebody if you don't get their name or their number? A number you can text them, and in this day and age, text is how a lot of people want to be followed up with. Some people prefer email, some people prefer the phone call. And for me, I've had to figure out exactly what my customers want, and I keep a list as to what they want. Who wants to be texted? Who wants to be emailed? Who would rather get a phone call to remind them that the order is going in next? I mean, think about it. You're busy. You are trying to hold on to what day does my order go in. And if you're that person, what makes you think they're not the person who, they put the book down, and before you know it, the kids' homework and the dog appointment and the prescriptions and everything else, the newspapers are laying on top of it, and they meant to order from you, but they just forgot, and there's nothing there or no one there to remind you. So you have to remember to remind them. Don't get upset if they don't have an order right then. They may have an order the next campaign. On the average, I will tell you that a customer will order every second to fourth campaign. Now, I have some customers who order every single campaign, and I love them dearly, but not everybody does, okay? So what you have to do is keep making sure that you're getting the brochure in their hand, because that is the most important thing. So the next thing I want to say to you is, what are you putting on the back of the brochure here? What kind of information are you giving them? And you can pick all kinds. I'm going to tell you that I have two different types of labels that I actually take care of and send and give people. But one of the big ones is, what am I doing for people who I am reaching just all at once, like right there, like locally? If I go out the door tomorrow and Dairy Queen is there and I'm leaving a brochure, what am I leaving? Well, for this, I am leaving something that I believe is pretty standard. It's got my name, it's got my number, it's got my email, and you'll also notice I have on there Express Service Online, which leaves the youravon.com, my e-store, /Molly Stone. That is because I want to give them every opportunity, because see, if they pick one up, I already have customers in this area. So I am willing to personally deliver that to them. That is what's important. You want to make sure that labels like these go on your book, because one, you want to give them all the information they need. You don't want to leave them out there guessing. So make sure your e-store is on there. And I remember getting that from another senior executive, or now silver executive with the company, Pam Heller, definitely somebody I follow on Facebook. But it says Express Service Online, which means if they want it quick and they don't want to have to wait for your next order date, you are able then to say, hey, this is how you can get it. You're just going to use your credit card, you're going to order what you want, and within about 3 to 5 days, you're going to get that order from Avon. So that is a perfect way for you to make a commission on that, but you really don't have to do anything except make sure they get the brochures every campaign. Now, there are times when you're going a lot further. Maybe it's a doctor's appointment. Maybe you're going to be at an airport. Maybe you're going to be traveling and people are like, man, I really need more customers, but I have to get out of my area. And you do. Sometimes you feel like you're overrun by Avon reps, maybe if you live in a small town and there's a few of you. That is no excuse not to build a business. That is no excuse not to get customers. And a lot of you, that's what you do. You just may, oh, well, you know, there are 4 other representatives in my area, so you know I'm not going to be able to sell anything because I am low man on the totem pole. That is an excuse. That is all that is an excuse. You're looking for a reason to fail. And in the beginning of a business, that is not a good thing, to look for a reason to fail. So I actually keep some books that have a completely different label on them. As you see, it says, for express service online, it gives my e-store, and then I give them the welcome code. Use code WELCOME today and receive 20% off your $50 order and free shipping. Yep, that is what I use, because if I am further out, you know, when my brother was being treated for cancer and I was going to these hospitals that were way further out than I ever wanted to deliver an order, I would make sure that I had 10 to 20 brochures, and if I was going to be there for a good portion of the day, I was taking them to give to the nurses, to leave in the waiting stations as I was talking to people there while I was waiting for him. I made sure that I had something that they weren't going to look at me and think that I was going to deliver it to them, because the only information I gave them on here was how to use my e-store, and above all, how to get 20% off their order and get free shipping. Who wouldn't want to do that? I mean, you know, the majority of people are shopping online with their stuff anyways right now. So I encourage you to, to make 2 different sets of labels. If you're trying to build an online presence, and you should be, and also personal orders too, which I'm not going to lie to you, I think you should be. I think you should be willing to deliver, or at least have people come to your house and pick up the orders, or however you decide to do it. There are people who just do online presence, and it takes a while for them to build that. It is not something that comes like that and all of a sudden you're doing $500, $1,000 orders every campaign. It's something that you have to build. So my deal would be, are you getting the brochures out? And are you putting the right information on the body? You know, quit worrying about, oh my gosh, but I'm 10 miles out further than I want to be. Then use the right label. Now, how do I keep them? How do I keep them separate? Well, one, you could look at them and say, which one do I need? Duh. But if that's a little bit too much for you, these right here, you notice that on here, whenever I go places, see how it says, take me, I'm free. Don't worry about the RF. That's my code. That's for recruiting flyers, so that when they are done, the books are done, that I know that there's a recruiting flyer in it. And that is exactly what that little green piece of paper is, we're going to talk about in just a minute. This is what I do. You see how they're wrapped, how, you know, everybody, this is, and you're gonna think that I did this. You're gonna think I'm all smart, and you're gonna think that I just wrapped this bad boy up and I made it all nice and smooth and everything. No, I did not. I hate to disappoint you. That was not me. This is something that's really, really simple that I'm gonna show you. As you will see, do you see this bag here? See this bag? Yep, this is what we call a clear literature bag that Avon makes available to us. We get them, I believe we can get 50 of them for 75 cents, if I'm not mistaken. It may even be cheaper than that. It may be 60 cents, but it's under $1. And when you get them, they come like this. See this? See how they have a little handle on here? See that? And they're all together like this. And you can even use them, see the holes, so you can put them on doorknobs if you live in an apartment building, and you could go hang them on doors, or you want to get a townhouses, or some people do that. Not safe where I'm at to do that, so I'm not the girl who's going to go and knock on doors and leave everything on doors. I'm not going to do that. I'm not telling you you can't. I'm not telling you you shouldn't. I'm telling you I'm not. But you see what I do with this? Look. See how I shove that I shove it into pages of the book. And then what happens is when you're done, do you see how it looks? It looks beautiful. See that? It looks beautiful. So and I use this, people say, why do you do this? Well, I do this, one, because it does keep the book looking very professional. The other reason I do it is because every now and then I get a major amount of brochures that are no longer current brochures. They could be 3, 4, 5, 6, 17 campaigns ago. And sometimes they build up when you're getting them. Due to bad weather, whatever it may be, you may not have been able to get rid of or hand out those brochures. So I get them ready with recruiting flyers, with the labels on the back. I put them in the bags and I go into neighborhoods and I toss them and driveways. I don't go into places that ask you not to distribute literature. You are asking for trouble when you do that, so don't. You do not put them in mailboxes. That is against the law. You're going to find some people who tell you don't put them in paper boxes because, you know, people get upset. I think that's according to who the paper carrier is. I have never had anybody ask me not to put a brochure in a paper box before. Just hasn't happened. Been doing this business 13 years. Some of y'all out there, you live around some mean people. I don't know what to say. I've had people go off on me about different things, but never about that. But you will have people, if you put them in the mailbox, you don't want to do that, okay? So either toss them in the driveway, whatever. And I have gotten many a customer. I have built my business, my customer business, on all these practices I'm sharing with you. Not strictly one, but definitely with many of them. And tossing brochures, older brochures, is definitely one way that I have been able to do that. You see this recruiting flyer, it's kind of tucked up in here. I'm going to show you. I have one recruiting flyer, and all of these are in the Onward group too, for everybody to use and change their information to their name and not my name unless you want to give me customers. This is an everyday one that talks about, you know, talks about 6 good reasons. And it's choose your own startup kit, earn up to 40% on all sales, bonus money for adding people to your team, no home parties required, social media app for sharing, your own e-store with easy setup, and then it talks about work Avon around your life. Have fun, be your own boss, it's up to you. And then the information, you'll see that there is 4 to a page here, and you are able to add all your information. It is on regular paper. The only difference is I put it on colored paper because it tends to draw their eye to it. They want to know what it is when it's on the colored paper. It doesn't cost me anything more to do that, and I always recommend black ink. And don't get crazy. Don't get crazy and want to be putting a whole bunch of fonts and all different color ink and everything. All that's going to do is cost you a lot of money. And if you're in this to make money, why in the world do you want to do things that are going to cost you a lot of money? I believe in putting money into your business. You have to do that. I agree with that 100%. But you're going to have a lot of people who are just going to throw this stuff away. Wouldn't you rather them throw away black ink than to throw away all that daggone expensive colored ink? I would think you would. So I would say take a look at that. Then we also have a 7 real reasons, and that is something that I use based from about Halloween to Christmas time. Things like Christmas is coming, credit cards are maxed out, the electric bill is late, your kids want to play sports, you hate your job, and then again, you can choose your own startup kit. I don't get, oh, what is that? How much is that? I don't get into all that because they can call me or they can go to the site to figure that out. But these are, you know, ones again, they look basically the same way. They're just 2 different ones that I use for 2 different times of the year. People say, well, Molly, what else do you use besides that? To be real honest, for a recruiting flyer, I don't use anything else, and I haven't for 13 years. I use one every now and then that has a hand on it, that has $20 bills, I believe, that they're holding, talking about earning more money. There's only 2 to a page. I used to use that one, but when I found this one that was 4 to a page and we started working with that one, it just made more sense to me. It always seems to work. It tells people what they want to know. So Why would I change it unless the information changes? So I try to keep it simple, and especially for you newbies who are, maybe you're just joining me now on the YouTube channel. Maybe you've been part of my Onward group, which you haven't really seen my channel, but now you are. We want to keep this simple. You don't want to overcomplicate everything. Overcomplication will make you quit quicker than anything else. I just believe that when you're trying to be overly pretty and you're trying to be overly, oh, let me put this out there. Oh, you know, I could put like an Avon girl carrying an Avon bag on there and that would look so awesome. It really would, except probably 9 out of the 12 people you give it to may not even look at it, and then they're throwing it away, and you went to all that work, all that extra money, all that extra ink. If you want to do it and you got the money for it, that's all good. But for me, I got better things to do with my money, okay? And I don't want to spend it on a bunch of ink that I don't need to, okay? So get those brochures out there. You know, in the beginning right now, at least 2016, even when you get that first kit, kits are $25, $50, and $100. That first kit comes with 40 books, 20 books from the first campaign you're starting it, 20 books with the next campaign you're starting. But you're going to have the ability to get more brochures, as many as you would like, when you place your first order with Avon. Think about that, because I'm telling you that the more brochures you have in your hands, the more things that you do to try to work this into your life. I think the biggest mistake that people make with their Avon business, or any direct sales business out there, is that they're trying to stop and give their business 3 hours here, 8 hours here, 4 hours here, 2 hours here. And I have found that the thing that has made me most successful in this business is that I work this business into my life. I don't try to just have time for my life and have time for my business. I try to mold the two. If I'm going to dentist appointments, if I'm going to a place to have dinner, look, if I'm stopping into a Wawa, a Sheetz, a gas station, a Dash-In, something that has a community bulletin board, I am leaving information about Avon. If I see a place where, you know, I can leave on a table a couple of Avon brochures, I'm going to leave them. Somebody is going to pick those bad boys up. I'm telling you. I know, because they do it. I will say to my people when they call, let me just ask you, where did you hear from me? How did you find out about me? And they'll say, oh, Molly, I picked up your book here. Somebody handed me your book, which means they picked it up and they handed it to somebody else at somebody else's house. You never know. And even for people who I get who are e-customers that I have never heard of before, I will email them and say, I'm just wondering, where did you get my information? Because you live like 2 states away, just wondering. And they'll say, I found your brochure in an airport. You know, when Lee and I are traveling on Avon trips and things like that, I still leave the brochures. I leave one on the plane, like in that thing they have by the seat. Yeah, I like put it in the magazine, so when people open it up, they get it. They tell me they took it. They started shopping with me. Maybe they found it in the airport. Look, I'm even going to take brochures when I have a brochure like this, and when I go into a restroom, I take the bag out and I hang it. Now, in the first video, this is where y'all go a little bit crazy, and you need to stop. All you people that are overly eccentric and you just are like extremists, stop it. Just stop it. When I go into a bathroom, never lay a book on the counter where all the water and all is. Never lay a book where the toilet is. Don't do that nasty stuff. That's just gross and nasty, and nobody's going to pick it up, and the people who come in and clean, they going to throw it away, okay? But if you have a book that is in a bag to start with, and the stall that you go into, people, don't be getting back into line so you can leave them in 8 other stalls. The reason that the stores get mad at you when you say, but they called me and told me not to put their books in their stalls again, Molly. They got mad at me. They yelled at me. It's because you went and you put them in every daggone stall. Don't do that. Put it in a stall that you go into. Hang it on the thing. Normally it's behind the door. They come in, they clean up, they don't even know it's there. Anybody who wants it sees that it's in a bag and it says, "Take me, I'm free." And if they want it, they're going to take it and they're going to put it in their purse. And it's not laying against anything that's nasty. Stop trying to infiltrate the whole dang bathroom, thank you. That's why you're getting in trouble with Walmart and Kmart and Target and Dollar Store and all them other people you going to, because you trying to leave 50 brochures in one location. Stop it. That is not the way to do business. You have got to be incognito sometimes. You got to leave one. And then when you go back, you leave another one. Pick a different stall. I mean, that's what you want to do. You won't get all crazy and do it the other way, because you're going to get yourself in trouble, and then you're going to feel sorry for yourself. Then you're going to be boo-hooing on Onward, and then you're going to be saying, this doesn't work for me. I'm just not cut out to have my own business. No, you need to quit being so extreme, and you're going to hear this from me a lot. Slow and steady wins the race. It does. It's not this quick thing of trying to get this bam, 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 all these orders and just built them up and trying to get 50 million customers at one time. You've got to build a clientele a little at a time by working your Avon or your business into your life. That is the huge thing. So no matter what business you're in, you've got brochures, you've got something. Look, even to this day, I can go into a place like a Quick Mark or something who will have the community board in the back, and I will take a couple of these because I'll have them cut out. I keep the little straight pens with me in the car. I'll take a couple of those in with me. I'll leave a couple of my business cards, and then I always have a brochure or something. And by the way, if you're wearing something that has Avon on or that says Avon, whether it's a pen that you can get or something like that, and somebody sees it and you're nice and you're smiling, people could ask you for a brochure. But if you are Miss Grumpy Cat, that's not going to happen. They are not going to want to get anything from you if you look like this all the time. Do not look like this. When you look like this, everybody says, oh, I don't even want to look her way, far less get anything from you. They want somebody who got a smile, somebody who says, hey, I love you, and they're jingle bell and all. You know what? You got to be nice. You got to be nice. You got to be, you've got to be inviting. And quit acting like everybody's trying to pee in your Wheaties. It is definitely not how it is all the time. And if that is your attitude, believe me, they will find another representative. And who wants that? You're in this to try to make money, right? Okay. So, brochures, we get it. Brochures are number one. You should always have them with you. You should never be without them. You should always be prepared with the right labels on the back. I personally think you should always have recruiting flyers. That's just me. Maybe you're not interested in having a team, but I think it would be kind of cool if you could earn some extra money because you just simply shared the opportunity with somebody, and they start off making some money, and before you know it, you're making an extra $20 here, this here. You get two or three, you get three people on your team. You start making a commission off them. I mean, come on, people. Somebody else is doing some work and you getting paid for it. I mean, cha-ching. Who doesn't want that? But if you don't, it's okay. If you're just the sales end of it all, that's quite all right. You can send the people my way if they want to join. Now, see, you ain't going to do that. You're going to keep them because that's what you should do. But do you see how ridiculous that sounds to say, I'm not going, no, I'm not really into that leadership thing. Okay, so you've got a friend who could very well need some money, and you're not going to turn them on to the opportunity that you are a part of and help meet their need? Guys, that's kind of selfish if you're not doing that. I mean, Santa Claus ain't going to bring you nothing nice, or the Easter Bunny, or birthday. No, you ain't getting nothing, I'm telling you. You got to be sharing the opportunity, sharing the brochure so people can get great products and maybe they can make it a little bit of money. Okay, the other thing that Avon has going on, which is really cool and new, I know it's not new to us, but to a lot of people since I did the last video, you'll say, oh no, really, this is cool, is the fact that they have a social media app now. Yes, Social media. I'm going to try to get it. Well, shoot. Let me see it so you can get it. Hold on. Do you see it? Do you see it right? Hold on. Do you see it right there? Yeah. See that bad boy right there? It says Avon. Avon Social Media. All you have to do is go to your Play Store. Okay? You all know what that looks like, right? The little bag that's up here. Yeah, that Play Store. You go in there and you're looking for Avon Social Media. And when you find it, you're going to download that. It's free. It's free, people. And it is going to help you run your business. It's going to help you get the word out there. And it's easy. It's not difficult. And it's all attached to your e-store. Okay? So that means anything you send out, guess what? People are going to hit it and they're going to go to your e-store because it's linked to it. So what's really great about this is when you press on it, and it comes up. Let me make sure that we can get this. It's now thinking and it's getting, there we go. It's coming up. Look at this bad boy. You know, we've just had we're on the last day of day 12 of the 12 days of deals. And I love that. And I haven't even sent mine out yet. See that gold star up in the corner? That is telling you that that's a brand new sharing advertisement one way or another, whether it's about a product or the opportunity that you have not used, that it's new. And look at all the ways it gives you. Facebook, Pinterest, we have Twitter, we have Google Plus, and then you see this little bad boy right here. Do you see this little message bubble right here? Well, when you touch that, now look what comes up. When you touch that, you can go to every type of social media that is out there, and it is going to let you copy it, or it's going to tell you copy the picture, and it's so you can send it. You don't have an excuse from Facebook to your Snapchat to let's see, the groups that you're a part of, let me see here, to Instagram. And then text messaging. Shoot, I can text message people. Are you kidding? Take this whole thing and send it to them in a text message. They hit it, it takes them to the deal. I am telling you, if you're not using your social media app, you're missing it. You know, even when it comes to Facebook, do you know how many times I just want to unfriend people on Facebook who, when I go, and this is for any business that's out there, they ain't got nothing to say about the product. They ain't got nothing to say about the opportunity. The only thing they do is they just put the website there. That's it. It's like website. And then there might be a picture or something there. I'm thinking, how uninspiring is that to even go look at it? It is just, no, you're not supposed to do that. Say something about it. I mean, they're giving us these great deals. Let me pick one here. Like, for instance, they have one here that says join Avon as a representative. And even though it says take control of how you live your life, being an Avon Beauty Boss means you're empowered and independent. You're also joining a tight-knit community that hustles hard and supports each other. #Avon representative. That's great. But can you imagine if on the top of that Facebook post or that Twitter post or wherever you're posting it, or Instagram, you put, number one reason I love my Avon business is, and you share that. You share that. That reason is going to be what stops them. They're going to read what you put. They don't care about what the link is. They are going to stop because of what you say, because you have something. Or maybe, you know what, my kid was sick today, and I remember a day when I would have to try to find somebody to go pick them up, or I'd have to miss time from work, and now this is what I'm doing, and it makes life so much easier. Thank you, Avon. You got to get people thinking about everyday life and things that we take for granted, like me not having to get up at 5:30 in the morning. No, I don't take that for granted, because I got to tell you, when I had to get up at 5:30 in the morning, I'm like, oh, heck, no. I hate doing that. One of the things that I love about this business is that I say who, I say when, I say what time. It's awesome. So the point is, whatever is your why, and what is it that you love, and what keeps you in this business, and what inspires you in this business, and maybe it's the first time you found some family. Maybe it's the first time you found any support in something. Think about that. So you can, and look, it has posts, it has videos. You can hit on videos. Maybe you want to send a video. It has a video here. It's talking about how to create a smudged eyeliner look. I mean, we got like celebrity makeup people who are showing us how to do this. Can you imagine if you put that on there and say, oh, I've always wanted to do this look, or hey, so-and-so, I remember us talking about this look. Look at this, and I got the product for you. Matter of fact, and this product is on sale, this campaign. There is so much you can do with this, people. You don't need somebody to take you by the hand and, you know, and tie you up with mama's apron string. I can't do it unless somebody's... Get out there and try it. You have got to be willing to take the first step. You've got to be willing to fall down. You've got to be willing to pedal the bike and know that there is a chance that you are not going to make it to the next driveway. You might fall down and bust your lip or bust your knees or whatever it may be. That's okay. That's how we learn. That's how we figure out what we need to do next. That is what we do in life too. Not just business. How do we learn what we don't want again? We learn because we experience it and we go, think we need to do something different there. Maybe you have an event and it didn't go too well. Instead of just thinking that event is a failure, why don't you think, if I could change one thing about what I did, what would it have been? What would have made it better? And then the next time, that's what you do. You know, people just quit too easily. People just give up so easily. I don't know about you, but I got tired of being a quitter. I got tired of people looking for me to fail. I got tired of people looking for me to go back to being that person that even I didn't like. I didn't want to be that person anymore. And if you don't want to be, it's going to take work every single day. Whether it's something you have to change about you and how you deal with things, maybe it's people in your life that you don't need to have in your life any longer, or they need to change some things before they can be an active role in your life. Maybe it's how you do things, especially when it comes to your business. Maybe you're the person who says, oh, but Molly, I give out books, but maybe what you're not telling me is you don't give out those books consistently. Maybe you're like, oh yeah, this campaign, I did really good. But yet you slack off. Something comes up and what happens? You put the Avon on the back burner. I will never understand that. I need money, so I'm going to have to quit Avon. Seriously? You wouldn't need money? Going to quit it? I don't understand that logic. You obviously were not working your business to begin with. Just saying. I mean, or maybe you're somebody who you try something one time. And because you try something one time and it doesn't work, oh, I tried that, it doesn't work. I watch it on my group all the time. We have almost 15,000 people in the Onward group. And I watch it. Somebody will come in and they'll say, oh, I don't want to do. I think I might be quitting. This isn't working for me. And the first question always is, well, how long have you been selling? Well, I'm on my third campaign. Third campaign, and you're going to quit. Third campaign, and you're going to quit. Third campaign, and something got too difficult, and you're going to quit. Third campaign, something happened, and it ain't working for you. Dude, somebody has been babying you way too much in your life, okay? You need to put your big girl pants on and realize this is not all about you, Cupcake. You need to decide that you are going to be great at this and you're going to find what works for you. I recommend a combination of everything. Having the brochures ready to hand out at all times, and then maybe having, I love this because Scola does this a lot. She'll put a Post-it on here, and before she actually hands that brochure off, she will ask somebody to, she will put name, and then she will put phone number. And she will say, hey, can you put your name and phone number on here? Please. She said, before you give that back, she says, because I want to be able to text you or call you before my order goes in and see if there's anything I can get you from the brochure. So just fill that out and then take that brochure, take it home and look at it, have a good time with it, share it with anybody that you want to. But now I have their information. Now, some people are going to tell you no. That's okay. Don't be offended. You know they have your information. Some people are going to say no, but I got to be honest. Most people don't tell me no. Most people are like, oh, yep, okay. Especially when I say I'm going to text you. Because in this day and age, texting, look, they don't have to respond right away. They don't have to answer the phone. But most people are really into the texting thing right now. So if you say you're going to text them, that might really help. And by the way, if you don't have a smartphone, you need to get one. So I can hear what? Probably about not a third, maybe an eighth of you right now saying, but I can't get the app on there. Then the one thing you need to do is work harder on the brochures until you can get yourself a smartphone. Take yourself to Verizon, AT&T, Sprint, wherever it is that you're going to get something. You don't have to get the most expensive. You don't have to have an Apple phone. Just get a daggone phone that will, let you do like apps and stuff. Just get a smartphone, that's smarter than you and me, and so you can get the apps and stuff on there. So you can put stuff on Facebook. I mean, daggone, you got a Facebook account, but you don't got a smartphone. You need to save money for the right thing. You don't need that piece of jewelry that's out there. You don't need that new car. You need a smartphone so you can pay cash for your car with what you gonna make with Avon. That's what you need. So I don't want to hear this stuff about, I don't have this, I don't have that. They're all excuses. You're looking for somebody to say, oh, it's okay, baby. You don't have that? It's okay. We know why you're not successful now. It's all right. We gonna clap for you anyways. No, I don't clap for you anyways. I say get your tail in high gear. You really want to do this. You really want to make something out of yourself. No matter what you're doing, this is all on you. This is not about the person you signed up underneath. This is not about your district sales manager, if you have one. This is not even about Avon. This is about what are you willing to do? What are you going to do to be successful? When are you going to own something for the first time in your life? That's what I want to know. When are you? And when are you going to stop letting those people tell you you're not going to be any good at that? You know why? Because I did it. No. Not going to be any good at that. Stop it. Stop listening to those people. Quit talking to them about your business and you just go do it. If they can't be positive, if they can't tell you, look, I believe in you. I think that if you want to be successful at this, you do this. Don't you give this thing 3 campaigns. You give this thing 2 to 5 years. You talk to me in 2 to 5 years and you tell me where you're at in this business. If you have watched all my videos and you have been on my Onward group and you have watched everything that we share, and I have put every struggle out there that I've had, from deaths in my family to divorce to losing my home to not being able to pay for my vehicle, trying to raise boys, everything that comes on. And I mean, you believe me, if you follow on YouTube, you just wait till you hear the struggles. I'm still here, people. I am no different than you. I am no different than you. The difference is I didn't look for excuses. The difference is when I realized I was doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing, I got up and I owned it and I started doing it. That is the difference. And that is the difference between anybody who owns their own business and chooses to be successful, because they realize it's not going to be easy in the beginning and it's not going to be hugely profitable in the beginning. But slow and steady will win your race. And in 2 to 5 years, you may not be everywhere you want to be. But if you're doing the right actions, you are definitely going to be closer to that goal than you were when you started. But you've got to quit having the loser attitude. If you're going to have the loser attitude and you're watching this, and this is your first video of mine that you're watching right now, I need to tell you, just go ahead and quit. Don't even waste. Don't you dare even go watch another one of my videos. Don't you dare go listen to my story. Don't you dare ask to be in my Onward group on Facebook. Don't you dare. No. Because if you already have that attitude, see, we ain't gonna. Yeah. This isn't gonna happen. We aren't gonna see eye to eye. That's not gonna happen. I don't want to hear it. because I've had more than enough go on. I don't need no negative. I don't need nobody telling me they can't do something. If you don't do it, it's because you don't want to do it, because you don't want to do the actions it requires to do it. If you rather go work it, not cutting on McDonald's. I love me some McDonald's hash browns, okay? I do. But if you want to go put them bad boys in and serve them to me in the morning or something, you feel free to go do that. I just don't want to do that because they're going to make me get up at 4:30 to go do that. That's just not what I wanted. I wanted to get away from that. And by the way, it took me a lot of years to get away from that. I had to still work all my other jobs and build my Avon business, because slow and steady won the race. And through everything that happened, here I am. Here I am owning my own business with a team as of this date, as of December 11th, 2016, of a team of over 700 representatives all over the nation, being followed by 15,000 people in a group. You know why? It ain't because I'm so wonderful. Let's be clear about that. It ain't because of that. It's because I just talk real talk. It's because I just tell you how it is, and I'm willing to share with you my bad as well as my good. And I'm willing to be honest with you and tell you that it's not always going to be good, but it will always be better if we're working at it together. So that's what I encourage you to do. Social media, you have to work it every day. And I don't mean for hours. I mean you need to get up in the morning, see what Avon has given us to deal with, and say, I'm going to put this on my social media, and I'm going to talk about what I'm thankful for, and I'm going to have my brochures ready to go where I can drop them off at doctor's offices and any place I go at banks. And I'm going to do some cheap recruiting flyers that look really good and professional because Molly got them in her group, and I'm going to put them on some color paper. I'm going to get myself some cheap clear literature bags, and I'm going to be ready to go because I got the right labels to put on it. And I am going to do something that is going to get me ahead in this business. And I'm going to realize that I don't just need to do it once, twice, 3 times. I'm going to have to do this so many times that I'm going to lose count, and it is going to become a way of life. You're going to be like, oh my gosh, I didn't leave a brochure there. I don't ever not leave a brochure there. What's wrong with me? That's going to be you. And when you become that person and it becomes a part of your everyday life, you're suddenly going to turn around and say, where did all these customers come from? Where did this team come from? I wasn't even looking to have a team. Where did this sense of accomplishment come from? Where did this commitment to say, wow, I've got some confidence. I have a business going on. Oh, I got to quit one of those other jobs like a year ago, and who's that person in the mirror I'm looking at? You're not even going to recognize them, because that's what happens when you embrace what you should do. When you embrace that, no matter when the company you're with does things that you don't like, maybe you feel like they're not going down a good path, don't worry about that. Those things change. What you've got to worry about is how you run the hand that you've been dealt. And if you're looking for support here, you don't want anybody to lie to you, right? I'm not that person if you are. Because I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to tell you, this ain't easy, Cupcake. But if you roll with a bunch of the rest of us and you just keep working at it and you don't give up and you get back up when you fall, you're going to be amazing. And personally, you're probably already amazing. You just don't know it yet. Okay? So, if this is your first time watching me, hey, I hope it wasn't too hard on you. If you're like, I like what I saw, then hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss anything new that's coming out. Go back. I've got 100 videos or more out there. I'm sure all of them can help you in one way or another. Make you laugh, make you cry, make you do something. Who knows? Might make you shut me off. Who knows? But hey, I'm here to help. Join my Onward group if you're serious about your business, because I'm not easy. I'm tough. Just so you know, I'm warning you, I'm tough. Name of the Facebook group is Onward, no matter what. Okay? And make sure you have something on your Facebook page or it ain't going to happen. All right? All right. Love you guys. Be humble and kind and be good to one another. Hugs.